Free 2-day shipping is great and all, but for movies lovers, the true allure of the Amazon Prime members is the content offered by companies. Prime Video, anyone who subscribe to a Prime membership have access to all kind of movies and TV shows, some of which you can't see anywhere else. And as far as thriller are concerned, Prime Video has pretty great selection that gets better just about every month. You can't stream anything, so crime epics to the latest classic tales of psychological suspense, or you can find something new, bizarre, and you never heard before. Stuff as dark as discontinuing. Whether you are thriller veteran or just looking deep on the toes into the genre, you just might find out your next flick here. Here's the list of 10 best thriller movies on Amazon Prime. Number 10, Speed. One of the best action thrillers in 1990s. Speed started with the very simple, very effective concept. Some has put on the bus city bumps. If you bus goes slower than 55 miles per hour, it will explode and kill everyone on the board. Thankfully for everyone involved, and the lab bombs disposal expert and bold young passenger named Annie and the board, and they are going to everything possible to survive the ride. The tremendous exercise in tension driven in the set by piece of piece. Speed is a thriller filmmaking done right over again. Number 9, Serpico. In the 1970s, actor Al Pacino and director Sidney Lumet crafted two of the greatest crime films ever made. The heist film Dog Day Afternoon and the biopic about legendary NYPD detective Frank Serpico. The films follow Pacino Serpico as his work remained committed to justice in a department beset all sides by corruption and the influence of the drug trade. And it is still ranks as one of the Lumet's best film and one of the Pacino's the best performance. Number 8, The Protege. The ultra-skilled assassin who goes in the quest of the vengeance after losing her mentor is not new thriller trope, but the Protege still pack enough fresh thrillers to make it the worth of your time. This film is the story of the Maggie Q trained killer of the her hunt of the people who took down the man and trained her. It got the all-star cast that also feature Michael Keaton, Samuel L. Jackson, as well as stylish work of director Martin Campbell to real sell the concept. Number 7, The Machinist. The Machinist has a long associated with the extreme amount of weight star Christian Bale lost to play the role. But look closer and you will find much more in the Brad Anster's film than the unsung factory workers. Trevor Resnick becomes the increasingly paranoid and widow in the wake of a job of the accident. He can't sleep, he can't eat, and his eternity wake up life is haunted by bizarre and the frightening visions. What is the dark truth of the center of Trevor's fragmenting reality? The Machinist plumbs the fighting depth of the insomnia, fear, and uncertainty as it answers that question. Number 6, Flesh and Bone. Long before he was the go-to the screenwriter and the Harry Potter franchise, Steve Kloves wrote the director and this intimate thriller. Flesh and Bone follows two wayward people who full of the east without realize they share a dark secret. One of them, key loser, her the entire films in the lead roles. Even if you see that the twist coming, they still manage to land the film in a solid chilling territory. Number 5, The Courier. The Courier is a bit of history class, just a lot better at holding its audience attentions. It revolves around the actual infiltrations of the Soviet Union's nuclear program that was critical to ending in the Cuban Missile Crisis. With a haunting Benedict Cumberbatch is the lead role playing a British businessman turned spy. The ominous tones and real-world stakes make the suspense feel all too tangible. Number 4, The Boondock Saints. The Boondock Saints lived up the original hype of its unique script, but it took a convoluted path on get there. The fact its success looks unlike what anyone involved might be expected. Critics hated it upon release, possibly in a part because of hate release was rife and the controversy and studio politics, and it was limited to just few theaters. Number 3, The Handmaiden. In terms of unlikely pairing, the team of Corman and Young Pocket in The Handmaiden is absolutely satisfying one. This psychological thriller began with this team's effort to defraud a knave heir to the con man who goes with the name Count Fujera. Of course, this is only the beginning of the South Korean thriller. Betrayal and eroticism intertwine with the sharply executed psychological thrillers to make The Handmaiden not only gripping but the genuinely entertaining. Number 2, You Were Never Really Here. If you don't have a strong stomach and mind, You might be want to not really to be here for your were never really here, which gives you an uncomparison look to harsh topic like human trafficking and PTSD. The plot following a guy named Joe is a deeply troubled man who hired to rescue kidnapped girls by any means unnecessary. But when Joe's hired to save the abducted daughter of New York senator, he finds himself into the bloody Tangles conspiracy. Number 1. Basic Instincts. One of the most infamous erotic thrillers of all time. Paul Verhoeven's Basic Instincts remains a tense, sexy and provocative mystery even after decades of the informators have tried to replicate its particular magic. The film follows a detective who gets wrapped in the worlds of the writers who just might be the suspect in his latest murder investigation. As he soon discovers, she might be the irresistible in more ways than one. Though it's largely remembered now its infamous interrogation scenes, Basic Instincts remains a masterclass in thriller filmmaking decades after his release, and is still cast a strange spell of its own.